It's fucking horse beef here. What's going on? And what I'm bringing you today are 5 matchups that I need to see in 2025. You need to see them as well because these are indisputably the best fucking fights that you can make in 2025. I think there's a reasonable chance that they do happen. Certain circumstances need to line up perfectly. But let me know in the comment section below what you think. Of course, like the video, subscribe if you'd like to. But let me know matchups that you would like to see personally in 2025 and if you agree on my personal selections. But let's just get into the first one here. Boom, look at that production value, man. The editing budget for this one was off the charts, so I expect you each to pledge a monthly salary to me in exchange for this extremely high production value video. But the first one I think speaks for itself, man. DDP versus RDR, two of the goofiest motherfuckers in the game. RDR, I'm a huge fan of already just because he's so goofy, so fun to watch, stumbles over himself just like DDP. And I don't know if it's a Dutch thing. Let me know, Dutchmen out there. Any Dutch people or people of Dutch descent who have weird builds like these guys, are you all goofy as fuck? Like, do you guys all trip over yourselves and just have no balance? Do you all walk around like Donkey Kong and ice skates yet still fuck everyone up? I need to know if this is just a common thing, because I'm starting to think that Dutch people are just overpowered as shit. Because you can, like, how can you look so unathletic and be so damn good at the same time? Makes no sense. But RDR, just the jiu-jitsu variant of DDP. The exchanges on the feet would be insane. I think DDP, of course, would get the better of those. And honestly, when it comes down to it, I would pick DDP to finish RDR. I think he would finish him on the feet, maybe drop him and knock him out. But RDR is just so weird. And he has that DDP factor where you pick against him and it looks like you're going to be right until you're wrong, right? Until he just pulls something out of the bag. Although I think that would be pretty tough to do against DDP, but just because he's so well-rounded and skilled everywhere, even if he looks goofy as fuck with everything that he does. And of course, DDP will likely be fighting Chimaev next. I would personally pick DDP to smoke his ass. I don't see a single scenario where Chimaev is able to ragdoll DDP like he's done to other fighters, but of course he could surprise me. But after that fight's wrapped up, after DDP defends his title successfully, just fucking fast track RDR to the title. I need to see the fight. I need to see it. We all need to see it. If you disagree, then you're just a casual, right? You're a casual if you don't want to see RDR fight for the title after he fights Kevin Holland and beats him, right? Just fast track him, right? In my opinion, that win right there is enough. Please give him DDP. I don't want to see him fight anyone else because I'm afraid he'll lose. I don't want to see him fight any more ranked middleweights. Just give him DDP and let us witness the absolute brilliance on display from these two master classes in being goofy yet somehow pulling off wins. We need it, man. We need it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we need it. And that's it for the first matchup here. In my opinion, could be fight of the year, could also be retarded, and we all want to see it. So let's go. Oh, we need this one, man, just for the high-level action, the grappling exchanges, the scrambles, the striking exchanges, which I don't think would be as entertaining as some people might think, right? Because I think Petr Yan would just have way too much on the feet for Umar Nurmagomedov. I just think he's too good, right? Best boxer in the UFC, and I think his performance against Deiveson Figueiredo maybe just edges out Ilia Toporia's boxing, but then again, who gives a shit? They're both the best boxers in the UFC. Petr Yan would put hands on Umar, and I would pick him to win. I think he should be a pretty hefty favorite if they were to fight, just based on stylistic matchups. I'm not even really too confident that Umar beats Merab, but it doesn't even look like Merab is going to be signed to fight Umar. I don't think he wants to fight Umar, and if he's looking for a fight, if Petr Yan doesn't get the title shot, then you know what? Just match these two up. Number one contender fight. Can't think of a better fight in the UFC right now. This fight, honestly, when you get down to it, skill for skill, should be the fight for the title. But then again, dude, I'm hearing a lot of sentiment. Everyone talking about Merab duck this, Merab duck that. The more I think about it, the more I realize that Umar has fought one fucking ranked fighter, and it was Corey Sandhagen. Who hasn't beat Corey Sandhagen? Petr Yan's beaten Corey Sandhagen. Everyone's fucking beaten Corey Sandhagen, right? Anyone who's gone into the title picture has beaten this dude, right? Corey Sandhagen is a professional fumbler. I'm a huge fan of his. Love watching him fight. Supremely skilled, right? Extremely skilled. In my video, I think I ranked the top 10 most skilled fighters in the UFC. Corey Sandhagen was up there for me. I ranked him within the most skilled fighters in the UFC. But he just is a choke artist and doesn't put his foot on the gas at any point, and just never has urgency in there, right? In this fight right here, we need this. We need this. Because I don't think Umar's done enough to get that title shot. Give him Petr Yan. Let them duke it out. For me, Petr Yan wins this one. It would be incredible. It looks like maybe Petr Yan's on a little bit of juice too, so these two would be evenly matched. in the juice department as well. It would just be fireworks. I would love to watch this. Then again, yeah, the grappling exchanges, striking exchanges, the scrambles, everything in this fight. I do think that Umar would gas within the 3rd to 4th round, though. Peter Yan would then get that snowball effect going, and I think he'd probably finish him late. That's just my prediction. I know a lot of people would pick Umar to beat Peter, though, but I just don't think he's as good as some people think. But I do think he's high level, and this fight would just be fucking magical for my eyeballs. Yeah, let's get it, man. This fight would be a banger. Now this one, man. This one is a bit of a spiteful pick right here, just because I really dislike Leon Edwards. Some quote that he put out recently talking about how he hates losing more than he likes winning. That speaks to his mentality and is a perfect explanation of his fighting style. The man has no urgency, really, ever. The fact that he landed that Hail Mary lucky ass head kick on Usman, like everything that we've seen from Leon since then, for me, has just confirmed that was the luckiest shot probably of all time. Most likely the luckiest shot of all time. Leon is so overrated. He's not even a great striker, in my opinion. He's great at spamming the left roundhouse, right? He's extremely good at spamming the roundhouse kick, whether it's the legs, the head, the body. He throws that thing beautifully. He has one of the best roundhouses, like rear leg roundhouses in the game. But his hands fucking suck, and he's just not that good. He's not entertaining. Carlos Prates is a knockout machine, smokes cigs. We need him in the title picture, and I think you just fast track him, give him Leon Edwards, let him clean Leon's chin out. I think he'd beat him. Personally, maybe Leon would have a little too much in his overall game for Prates. That's very possible, but I would pick Prates to just clean his chin out. He's dangerous as shit, and I just want to see Leon lose to a low-ranked guy. Just get him out of the picture, man. I'm sick of Leon Edwards being in around the title picture. He doesn't deserve it at this point. Nah. His performance against Bilal Muhammad was fucking pathetic. Prates needs his time to shine, and this fight stylistically, Prates would be the kind of guy who would force Leon Edwards to fight, right? He would force him to fight. Otherwise, he's just getting chinned early. Yeah, give me this fight. Dana, Hunter, whoever makes these matches, please. I think this is the one, although I honestly don't think that Leon Edwards has the stones to take a matchup against a lower-ranked, dangerous motherfucker like Carlos Prates. Although if he proves me wrong, I'll give him respect, although I'm still taking Prates by KO in this one. Oh, inject this one into me right away. Oh, fuck, I need this fight. I need it. John Silva needs a path into the top 10 for me. Top 15, yeah, but I think Josh Emmett's like ranked number 8. And he's one of the least skilled guys in the top 10. I don't even know how he's still in the top 10. Like, he knocked out Bryce Mitchell. Like who gives a shit, dude? Josh Emmett, like, he's kind of shit, but he does come to fight. He does come to bang. And he throws big fucking overhands. It's entertaining to watch sometimes. And John Silva, as we saw against Drew Dober, is on some next level, dude. He sees shots coming like no other fighter in the game, in my opinion. Great eyes. And I think Josh Emmett is the perfect opponent for John Silva to just style on. Of course, Josh always has that one-hitter quitter power. So if he was to spark John Silva, would I be surprised? Yes, because he's so elusive and tough to hit clean. Right? But he's just so good. I feel like John Silva would put a clinic on Josh Emmett and finish him probably in a 5-rounder or a 3-rounder. I think he takes out Josh Emmett. You know, Emmett's kind of getting up there in age. His power is still there. But he's just too one-dimensional, never goes to his wrestling as much as you think he should. Even when he's getting fucked up on the feet, he still chooses not to wrestle. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think John Silva would put hands on him. But I do think that Emmett would be there all day. He'll still stand in front of you regardless of if he's beaten up to a pulp. Like, just think back to the Ilia Topuria fight. He was getting beat to a pulp for the entirety of the fight, but was never out of it. You know, he was always throwing. He was always trying. And that's the kind of fight here. I think this fight would turn out very similarly to how John Silva versus Dober turned out, except I don't think that he would get saved by a doctor stoppage. I think he's getting sparked out at some point by John Silva. He's just so nasty. These fighting nerds are actually fucking disgusting, dude. And I need to see it. John Silva in the top 10. We need it right now. I think him versus Ilia Topuria is maybe the most intriguing matchup at 145 besides Ilia versus Diego Lopez, I guess. Otherwise, I want John Silva in the title picture, and I think Josh Emmett is the perfect road for him to get there. Oh, and last but not least, man, Charles Oliveira versus Max Holloway, the rematch. They fought earlier on in Max Holloway's career and Charles Oliveira's career. I think it ended by some kind of doctor stoppage, like a trachea injury or some bullshit like that, man. But we need to see this again. We need to see this again. Charles coming off a win. Max Holloway coming off a loss, though. But at lightweight, coming off that nasty victory. And honestly speaking, Max Holloway at 155 looks better than Max Holloway at 145. I think all that weight cutting at this point, after he's been chinned finally, it's better for him to be cutting less weight, I believe, and just be bulkier, be carrying more muscle, more weight, and be less chinny. And I think this fight would be fireworks. Of course, Charles Oliveira, he looked huge against Michael Chandler. He looked more muscular than ever. Honestly, I've never seen him look so big at 155. And Max arguably looked bigger than Justin Gaethje at 155. So this would just be a clash of two decently sized lightweights. Great on the feet, both of them. I think Max Holloway would have a pretty big advantage there. Charles is very selective with his shots, which can play to his advantage, but also against a guy like Max Holloway, you need to find your shots, but you also need to put some volume out there, or else Max will just get a massive head of steam going at some point in that fight, you would think, on the feet. And on the ground, he does pretty well. He does well to stay on his feet, get up if he is taken down, right? He does well in that regard. But Charles Oliveira's offensive wrestling, as he showed against Michael Chandler, looks extremely improved, especially with that added size on there. So I think this fight in 2025 would be a banger. I was kind of wrestling between maybe Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier again, but at that point, Dustin's already beaten him twice. There's really no point there. Max does have a win over Charles Oliveira, and with another win over Charles Oliveira would probably put him in the title picture and maybe set him up for a fight against Islam Makhachev. Although a lot of people will probably say that Charles should just get the title shot after Arman versus Islam 2. I'm not too sure if I agree, because he just lost to Arman, and like a win over Chandler, in my opinion, like he already fucking beat Chandler. I don't think another win over Chandler should get you a title shot. So I think just match these two up for the number one contender spot to fight the winner of Islam Arman. I think this fight would be a banger. I don't think I'm going to get many people disagreeing with that one. A Max Holloway fight is always a guaranteed banger. Charles Oliveira less so these days, right? He's a lot more calculated in his approach, but Max would make him fight, and this fight would be fucking fireworks. And that does conclude my 5 matchups that we need to see in 2025. If you want to see more of these, just let me know, man, because I will pump more out leading up to 2025 and even into 2025, right? I'll just continue this series because it is technically a series, right? But if you want to see more, just let me know if you agree, you disagree, matchups that you'd like to see. As I said in the beginning of the video, let me know any of your thoughts on the video or surrounding the topic, whatever it is, man, because I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next one.